up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Memorial Field here in Wanamingo for tonight's Gopher Conference game between the Medford Tigers and the Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights. I am Kirby Vandywalker. I'm joined by Dan Vierling once again. Dan, welcome back.
Thank you, Kirby.
The Knights played Randolph last night. You were here for that. They were up 4-0, and they ended up losing in extra innings. And your thoughts on the game?
Well, they played a lot better defensively. The last week here, they've really turned on the defense.
Keep going.
And we just need to get some bats fired up, I think. And there's some small fundamental errors that they're still working on, but, you know, they're starting to come around second half of the season, so hopefully they keep progressing, and by playoff time we're ready to go.
The Medford Tigers come in with a 5-7 record as they lost to Waterville Legion Morristown 5-2 last night. Tuesday night they beat JWP 11-6. KW on Tuesday found themselves up 3-0 to Hayfield in the sixth inning before losing 6-3. So the Knights have been playing quality ball for about 5 or 6 innings each game, Dan. And then they've just ran into, well, a bad inning, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, here and there.
So let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's defensive lineup. And getting the start on the mound is Owen Edwards. And he has one of the two Knights wins on the mound against Waterville Legion Morristown. At catcher, we have Brennan Flotterud getting the start tonight behind the dish, a junior. Vukolich will remain at first base. Jack Vierling at second. Ross Aldorfer at shortstop. He will not hit. Owen Craig will hit for him. Gunnar Kennedy, the senior third baseman. Tanner Hedin with his cousin Isaac Hedin in the corner right outfield spots. And Reed Summer manning center field once again. So we've got the umpires and the coaches having their meeting before the game. And I'm doing double duty tonight. I'm taking Rudy's spot. So I'm running both mics here. We've got Griffin running the computer. He didn't want to be on the mic, so I understand.
He's got a talented voice in basketball, though.
That's right. We're hoping for him to continue that next year.
Yeah.
Might move him up to the varsity ranks.
Might need to.
So the girls play tonight, too, I believe. Olivia's over in Medford.
Yep. Hopefully we'll get some updates texted to us here to the game.
Hey, while we've got a minute, next weekend is Sit in My celebration here in Wanamingo. What do you have there to tell the people there, Dan?
Well, the Wanamingo Lions Club is putting on a pancake breakfast benefit Saturday, May 17th from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. You can stop into the Wanamingo Community Center or call ahead and have a takeout. A free will donation is what's asked, and it's going for some field maintenance stuff, pickleball courts, some community projects around here that's supposed to benefit the town. So if you're wake up May 17th hungry, swing on down to the Wanamingo Community Center.
I do like pancakes and sausage and eggs, Dan.
It is a staple.
Oh, man.
There's nothing better than making a bunch of pancakes before a volleyball tournament, Kirby.
Well, that is true. We do have a tournament next weekend.
Well, I will be on my way to Fargo, North Dakota.
Where are you going? What are you doing up there?
I got to get...
Oh, you're getting a Grace home, probably.
Yeah. So I got to leave at 5 in the morning.
Oh, good for you.
Otherwise, I would swing in and grab a plate to go.
Well, good thing it's not tomorrow, because tomorrow is Pack the Park Day here at the fields. We've got 2 games on the softball field with Pine Island and Medford starting at 10 a.m. And then we've got a game, 2 games against Elmac and Wabasha Kellogg here at the baseball field. So 6 games total. 2 of them will be broadcasted, the 10 o'clock softball game and the 3 o'clock baseball game. And before that, we will have a special tribute to the seniors, as it is Senior Day, and Parents' Night as well.
2 birds with 1 stone.
All right, Dan, I'm going to switch mics.
Yep. It looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem, so we'll be back in just a moment.
Kenyon-Wanamingo Knights. Say baseball's 2 favorite words with me. Play ball.
All right, everybody, we're back here. So tonight's starting.
Griffin, you're going to have to run that headset.
So we've got Reed Summer leading off out in center field. Tanner Hedin in left, batting second. Owen Craig DHing, batting third. Gunnar Kennedy over at third base, batting fourth. Jack Vierling in the 5 spot, playing second. Isaac Hedin out in right field has got the 6th. Brennan Flatterud is behind the plate. He's catching. Owen Edwards is on the mound pitching. And Kyle Vukolich over at first base scooping all night. Ross Aldorfer will be the starting defensive shortstop. So for Medford, we have Logan Mace out in center field, Landon Seiler at shortstop, August Zacharias in left, James Wegner pitching, Kyle Vetgas at catcher, Justin Lamone at third base, Will Van Ryn at right, Mason Krenz first base, and Jared Sheeler at second. So the Knights looking for their 3rd win of the season here. This last week we played both Hayfield and Randolph, usually pretty good opponents. And we've hung with them, just haven't been able to. We've led in both games, just haven't been able to hang on to it. But the Knights are definitely turning stuff around in the season here, executing plays much better than the beginning of the season. So hopefully we keep progressing and we are ready to go for playoff time. So up to bat now is number 1, Logan Mace.
Logan Mace.
So Owen Edwards on the mound here. Pretty good curveball pitcher. He's got good stuff. And he delivers a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. The field looks in pristine shape today. The weather's great. And a little too far outside there. 1 ball, 1 strike. And ball a little high. So 2 balls, 1 strike.
So how are you going to remember what his pitch is? I would just use that notepad.
And a ball down the middle there. A swinging strike 2, fouled straight back. We are being joined on the can here by legendary freshman, right, freshman?
Sophomore.
Sophomore, Griffin Bakken.
I wouldn't say legendary yet.
Becoming legendary after each broadcast.
Yeah, becoming more and more legendary. Someday he'll be making millions. So the count is full here to the batter.
Good battle early on here. Seen 6 pitches. This will be number 7.
And another foul ball. Still a full count. This is a good at-bat for Logan Mace. 8 pitches, I believe, is a quality at-bat. And a strike 3. So the first batter of the night is retired by the pitcher, which brings up number 2, Landon Seiler. And a high pop-up in the infield. Vukovic calls it off and drops the ball. So the Knights record their first error. There is a bit of a breeze here tonight.
Left fielder, number 8, August Zacharias.
So I'm getting some updates here from softball. Alina Mendoza hit a 3-run home run, top of the first with no outs. So the Lady Knights must be up now, 3-0 at least. All right, Edwards watching the runner pretty close. Just missed the inside corner on the pitch. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Pretty good sized lead over at first base. Edwards checks him. Runner goes, Flatterud up with the throw, and not in time. So it's a stolen base for Landon Seiler. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second. Pretty good lead at second now, too. He might try for third. And that's why short should not cover that runner.
The pitcher, number 6, James Wegner.
So James Wegner now up to bat. Knights with runners on the corners here and 1 out. And a good line drive hit out to left will score the first run of the game. Fielded by Tanner, returned to the infield quickly. And the Knights trail here 1-0 in the top of the first.
The catcher, number 4, Kyle Vatsis.
This brings up number 4, Kyle Vatsis. And a foul ball.
Did you find it?
And a nice curveball by Owen Edwards. Edwards ahead now, 0-2. Ooh, close. Little high maybe. So a ball and 2 strikes, not bad though. Inside pitch, probably trying to tie him up. And runners will hold, so bases are now loaded.
The third baseman, number 7, Justin Lamone.
That will bring up Justin Lamone. So bases are full with 1 out.
Coach Craig brings the corners in.
And ball outside. So the Knights need to work hard to get out of this inning with minimal damage here. And strike 1, swinging strike. Looks like outfield is playing fairly shallow. Ball outside. So 2 balls, 1
21st.
strike.
Pitch number 21 for Owen Edwards.
And a breaking ball just didn't quite break. Goes to a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Need something nasty here. And strike 2. Oh, sorry, strike 3. So we've got 2 strikeouts here.
Right fielder, number 9, Will Van Ryn.
That brings up Will Van Ryn. And it looks like the Tigers are going to have a pinch runner. I don't have numbers for the players, so. Number 11 for Medford is over on first base. Assuming that's probably the catcher that he's pinch running for. So caught the outside corner there for strike 1. Boy, a strikeout or a nice lazy fly that's easy to get to will be hugely advantageous for the Knights here. So ball 1. So ball, a strike, and a couple outs here. And a lazy grounder fielded by Kennedy over to Vukovic for out number 3, and that will retire Medford. Knights escape minimal damage, giving up 1 run in the top of the first. We'll be back. All right, folks, we are back. So James Wagner is the pitcher. Top of the order tonight is Reed Summer. Last night, playing against Randolph, Reed had a 3-for-4 game. So he batted well. He's been pretty hot here this year. Wagner's pitch. In for a strike. And high and outside. And ball high.
3 hits last night.
Yeah, Reed had 3 out of 4. So the count's 2-1, nobody out. And the pitcher must have had one get away from him there, spiked it into the ground. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Knights need a runner. Knights a little flat that first inning.
We need to answer back with a run on the board here. Be great to get Reed on base right away. And right up the middle, through the infield, and Reed is on. So let's see if Coach Craig gives him the green light to go to second. And let's test this catcher. That brings up number 21, Tanner Hedin.
Now batting, number 21, Tanner Hedin.
Tanner's been hitting pretty well this year as well. I believe he's close to 300. And they check Reed, and he is back safely. It's a quick move by the pitcher. And Tanner goes for the bunt. It's right back in the middle. Reed's going to try for third, and he is getting down, and he is out by a mile. So tried the old wheel play, and Reed got caught at third. So the Knights have no runners on now. Owen Craig up to the plate.
Now batting, number 3, Owen Craig.
And that's an inside pitch.
Reason that play didn't work. Bunt didn't go down the third baseline. Send ball.
And ball, a called strike on the outside corner.
Give Medford credit for making that throw.
So a ball and a strike with 2 outs here to Owen Craig. And a swinging second strike. So Wagner's pitch. And Owen's able to get out over that. A little chip shot out to right, and the right fielder hauls it in.
No runs on 1 hit, nobody left on.
Good catch by who is that? Will Van Ryn. So we will be back for the top of the second. All right, Knights fans, we are back.
Leading off the second inning for Medford, the first baseman, Mason Krenz.
So Mason Krenz will be leading off. He is Medford's first baseman. And that's outside for ball one. And that is down the middle, but fouled back. So Mason Krenz in a little bit of a hole here. And ball just off the plate. Edwards trying to make him work for a hit here if he's going to get one. And a called strike three. Batter not happy about that. This brings up Jared Sheeler,
5, Jared Sheeler.
second baseman. That is a first pitch ball. A little high and inside. And a swinging strike one. And a little loft. Out to shallow center. Diving, Reed Summers. And a catch. That was a great catch. Reed diving in towards the infield to grab that. Retires Sheeler, which will bring back Logan Mace, top of the order. Knights with 2 outs here.
Catch by Summer will bring up the top of the order. Center fielder, Logan Mace.
And a beautiful curveball by Edwards to lead off the at-bat here. No balls, a strike, 2 outs. And another one. Must have been just low. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And a strike on the outside of the corner. So a ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Ooh, that was a good curveball. Looked like that came back inside, but must have just missed. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball out to the parking lot. I didn't hear any bangs or thuds and no cheers from the crowd, so windows are good. And a lazy grounder up. Can't get to it in time, and the runner advances to first. A little slow roller that Edwards couldn't quite get to off the mound, and Ross was a little deep to be able to get to it to make the play at first. So Logan Mace with a base hit.
Game of baseball's fun, man. You don't have to hit it very hard to get a hit. Then you hit it hard and you get out.
Edwards checks the runner, but no throw over to first. I'm guessing with Mace's speed here. He'll be going on the pitch. And he does. Flatterud up with the throw. Good throw. But the steal is in. So Logan Mace with 2 outs. Steals second base. We've got a 0-1 count to the batter. Kirby, is that the right count? I thought there was 2 pitches. I know you had to check. And a big lead over at second base. And the spinner from Edwards misses the inside part of the plate, so a ball and a strike.
I bet if he gets down 2 strikes, he's going to send the runner. Might as well. Then you got 2, 3, 4 coming up if he gets out.
And a grounder to Kennedy, fields it cleanly over to first, and out. So the Knights escape the top of the second unscathed. We'll be back in a moment. All right, we are back. So tomorrow is a big day down here at the ball field. If you're in and around or you want to watch some ball, we've got 3 softball games, 3 baseball games. The Knights will play in 2 of each. So 2 softball, 2 baseball. We got the area's best cook, Larry Vandewalker, making bratwurst all day. So we've got brats, nachos, hot dogs, the world's best popcorn, and the friendliest fans in southeastern Minnesota. Lady Knights are up 8-0 in Medford. Gunnar Kennedy now at the plate. And he hits one down the line. And the umpire calls it a foul ball. That looked the opposite side of the base to me, but Gordy Cosfeld is here tonight broadcasting for KDHL. And ball on the outside part of the plate. Ball low. Low and outside. So 1-1 the count to Kennedy. Gunner a good batter. Center field's playing somewhat shallow. Called second strike on the inside part of the plate. With this count, should be a breaking ball. And Gunner fouls it off. Count stays 1-2. And the ball is over Kennedy's head. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Gunner with a good line shot out to center. Center field over. Gets the ball back into the infield right away, but a good line drive hit for Gunnar Kennedy to lead us off here in the second, which brings up Jack Vierling.
Now batting, number 2, Jack Vierling.
Jack had a good hit out to left last night. Let's hope he continues that. Third base is playing up for a bunt. And missed behind Vierling. And a ball outside. So the count's 2-0 to Jack. Gunnar gets back to first base. Back pick attempt by the catcher. So Gunnar with a average lead, and they check Gunnar again.
They're respecting the speed.
They are respecting the speed of Wheels Kennedy. And a strike on the inside corner. So 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs. And a nice little chip shot over second base there for Jack Vierling. And right field throws the ball into the second baseman. Jack and Gunnar both remain safe, which brings up number 9, Isaac Hedin. Isaac's been hot this year with the bat as well.
Number 9, Isaac Hedin.
Might see a bunt here out of Isaac. He is a good bunter. Hopefully he puts it down the third base side. That'll help Gunnar get over there. And Isaac attempts, but it's low. I think it's good maybe he didn't come in contact with that. He might have been out of the batter's box.
He's been curveball first pitch most at bats. So you got to know that.
And a second attempt, but pulled back. So ball 1. So a strike and a ball to Isaac. Looks like first baseman is going to be playing the bunt coming in. So Isaac definitely needs to put her over to third. And it's a foul tip. So a ball and 2 strikes here. Isaac should be swinging away. And a high inside pitch to Isaac for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left field playing pretty deep. Ball high and outside to Isaac. So he battles back to a full count here. If I'm Isaac, I'm expecting a fastball. And he goes down swinging, which will bring up the lefty, Brennan Flatterud, the only lefty we've got in the lineup.
Now batting, number 7, Brennan Flatterud.
So 1 out, runners on first and second. Brennan's been hitting the ball pretty hard when he's been up to bat here, so it'd be good to see him drive one. We've got a huge gap over to left. Try to get him to go opposite field here would be great. The entire third base line is open. It's hard to get it that far over for opposite-handed batter, but need an outside pitch to do it. That would have been it. So he called first strike. It was a curveball. Pitcher seems to be leading off with curveballs to every batter. First pitch. So 0-1, 1 out, runners on first and second. And ball outside. 2 balls and a strike. And ball outside. So Jack Veerling's got a good lead at first. Gunnar Kennedy getting a good lead at second. Ball high. So Brennan Flatterud will take the walk, which will bring up number 14, Owen Edwards, the pitcher.
Now batting number 14, Owen Edwards.
So the Knights need to capitalize here. We've got a pinch runner, Kyle Broger, coming in for Brennan Flatterud.
Courtesy running for the catcher, Kyle Broger.
Kyle's got some good speed. So on a fly ball out to the outfield, Gunnar should be tagging up from third. And a curveball again on the outside corner.
It's like we are surprised. They're doing it first pitch.
So 0-1 is the count, 1 out, bases full.
Double up on it.
And down the middle and a hit down the line. It is a foul ball just over, almost right over the base. Almost a fair ball. Would have been a great hit. But Edwards battling now. He's in the hole, down 0-2.
Got to put ball play. Ball play. Got to expect a breaking ball. Keep your hands back. Put a fastball. Expect a breaker.
Coach Kirby says it will be a breaker. And he is right. It didn't break much, though. It was low. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitcher still has two pitches here to stay keep himself ahead and or even. Ball high. We got Goodhue County SWAT team rolling in to watch the baseball game. They must be worried about all the nukes we're going to hit. 2-2 the count. And that is popped up. Pitcher coming in, catcher turning around, and just outside the fence. So the count stays the same at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This is a regulation backstop. 50 feet. It needs to be 50 feet to be regulation varsity. There's not a lot of them that are.
So Wagner with the delivery. Edwards pops it up again. And pitcher's calling it off. And he makes the grab for out number 2, which is going to bring up Kyle Vukolich. Kyle had a great bunt down the third base line last night. 2 outs. It's not normal to bunt, but we'll see if Coach Craig gets a little crafty here. And Kyle swinging on that first curveball again. No balls, a strike, and 2 outs. And Kennedy coming home. And it would look like it was supposed to be a bunt, a suicide squeeze, and maybe a sign was missed. So the Knights are retired with no runs and bases loaded. We go back into the third. All right.
Fielder number 8, August Zacharias.
So August Zacharias up, left fielder number 8, third batter. So in the bottom of the second, the Knights unable to score with bases loaded. Score is still 1-0. And a hit right at shortstop. So one pitch, one out.
The pitcher, number 6, James Wagner.
Which brings up James Wagner.
One pitch, one out, Griffin.
And a swinging strike one for Wagner. And fouled straight back. Edwards battling here. Got an 0-2 count. Try to shut down Wagner early. And just off the plate. Good pitch. And a beautiful curveball for strike 3. And that will bring up the side.
Catcher, number 4, Kyle Vatsis.
So Kyle Vatsis, the catcher, now batting. Knights with 2 outs. And a called first strike. And a ball going down the opposite field line there. I was thinking that might catch the grass, Kirby, and sneak back in, but
Perfect lines.
Kirby was here. He did the lines. Everything's perfect, he says. Everything's rolled. Kirby pedicures and manicures this field with perfection. Ooh, and a foul ball. So the count's still 0-2. Edwards dealing strikes.
I should get my umpire certificate. I should do volleyball. Volleyball should do that.
So 0-2, 2 outs, top of the third. Gets him reaching. Fouled out of play.
You know, actually, I should take that back. That's the easiest. Baseline. On a hot day like today.
And Edwards still spinning him off. Count still 0-2.
He's trying to protect.
And Vetsis is trying to protect the plate as much as possible, so he's swinging at anything close, which is what he should do.
Farther outside. See if he'll get up. Get it. Throw this one out of the strike zone. Good eye. That was a good pitch, though.
So that was a good waste by Edwards there, trying to get the batter to reach. He's had him reaching once before. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And ball a little high. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He's got to be at 6 or 7 pitches here already. Oh, and that gets away from Flatterud, and he won't have the chance to throw down to 1.
The third baseman, number 7, Justin Lamone.
So that brings up number 7, Justin Lamone.
He does get a strikeout in the stats.
And we've got a pinch runner coming in now for the catcher Vetsis.
Fire up the pool this weekend.
All right, so the Knights got 2 outs here, runner on first. And a strike 1. Edwards with the fastball right away. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And a strike 2. Looked like another fastball from Edwards. Now we'll be expecting a good spinner off his hand. And he comes with a strike 3 fastball right down the middle, which retires Medford. And we will be back for the bottom of the third. All right, we are back. Looks like Wegner is on the mound again. Kyle Vuklic will be leading off for the Knights since there was an out at home, a missed suicide squeeze or bunt and run.
Now batting, number 5, Kyle Vuklic.
All right, Wegner ready to deliver. Vuklic swears around and tries to bunt for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Third baseman coming in, playing short. And Kyle squares around, tries to put the bunt on the first base side, and he goes 0-2. So Kyle's got to battle back here. And ball low. One ball, 2 strikes. The delivery over Kyle's head. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is a strike 3 delivered to Kyle Vuklic. So 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Brings up Reed Summer, center fielder.
Now batting, number 1, Reed Summer.
Reed had a good hit right up the middle in the first inning to lead off. Reed, one of our better base stealers. It'd be good for him to get on and steal second. Hopefully try to get a run back here. Knights trailing 1-0. And that pitch is behind Reed Summer. Almost hit his bat. Could have been a foul. And that is a ball high. Catcher's pretty tall. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. And Reed pops one up. Third base is over. Pitcher calls it off. And the pitcher catches the ball near the dugout. Retires Reed. Out number 2. Brings up Tanner Hedin. The Knights struggling to get something going here in the third. And that is ball 1, inside and high to Tanner. Delivery is outside and low. Tanner takes ball 2. Delivery, ball 3 low. Wagner struggling here in the third a little bit. And a called strike on the outside corner. Tanner probably had the take sign on that. And ball 4 over Tanner's head. So Tanner draws the 2-out walk, brings up Owen Craig. Owen, a notorious inside pitch hitter. Like to see something inside here where Owen pulls it down that left field line and maybe deep enough for Tanner to get around to third. Tanner goes. Catcher up with the throw. Tanner underneath and safe at second base with the steal. So now Tanner in a scoring position. Need a good hit to the outfield by Owen Craig to try to score him. Tanner with a big lead there. Shortstop coming in behind him. And Owen with a good cut, but misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we're doing a little hornet hunting here. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Second baseman now trying to keep Tanner close. Tanner takes a couple steps back. And Owen with a sharp grounder. And Owen's hustling. A bad throw by shortstop. Owen will try for second. Tanner is going to try for home. Tanner will reach. And Owen slides into second base safely. So an errant throw on the shortstop will get Owen to second. And Tanner will score. Brings up number 27, Gunnar Kennedy. And Owen has been struggling with a hamstring injury, but it looks like he's going to be left on the bases there. Hopefully that doesn't tighten up on him. Owen with a good lead. A nice spinner from Wagner to Kennedy, taken for strike 1. So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Gunnar had a nice hit in the first as well. Or maybe it was the second. Nice line drive out to center field. So Gunnar down here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that's a base hit through, and Owen Craig with the green light coming, and he will reach home safely. Gunnar Kennedy with the base hit RBI brings up Jack Vierling. So the Knights take the lead here, 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Jack had a base hit in the first inning over second base. An Ichiro slap hit. And the pitcher with a good curveball called for strike. I would have figured that would have been low or outside, but no balls, one strike here to Vierling. And ball high. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So it's good the Knights managed to put 2 on the board here with 2 outs. You can't give up. You can't lay down. You got to fight for every run you can get. So we've got the catcher Vetsis and Wagner having a little conference on the mound there. I don't know if Vetsis is seeing something with Kennedy over there at first and wanting him to control him a little bit better. So ball high. Gunnar does usually get a pretty good secondary leadoff. I'm wondering if the catcher's not looking at that and trying to see if he can back pick him a little bit here. But 2 balls and a strike to Vierling. And that's ball low. Catcher did a good job of keeping that in front of him. 3 balls and a strike. See if Jack has the take sign or the swing away. And that's a ball 4 outside. So a walk to Vierling brings up Niner, Hedin. Jack almost hit Isaac with the bat. So Gunnar Kennedy on second, Jack on first. We've got 2 outs here. Isaac should be swinging with 2 outs. And that was a high ball inside. Isaac swung. So 0 ball, 0 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And that's inside on Hedin. Coach Craig telling him to turn around and take that in the back, but Isaac disagreeing. And a spiked ball. Gunnar Kennedy will advance to third. Jack Vierling will advance easily to second.
Base hit, score 2.
If Isaac can find us a spot in the outfield here, he'll score 2 runs. Jack's got good speed. Nobody's holding him on. And Isaac chips one foul out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a nice shot through the infield. Vierling's got the green light around third. He's coming in. The throw's coming in from home. And Jack is in standing. Isaac is going to stop at second. He rounded a little too far there. The catcher tried to back pick him out there, but that scores 2. So the Knights with a great 2-out rally here, scoring 4.
Now batting, number 7, Brennan Flatterud.
That brings up the lefty Flatterud. Let's see if he can trade spots with Isaac out there. Brennan with a couple of sharp hits this year. Isaac doing some dancing out there. Ball high and outside. Griffin, do we got a pitch count on Wagner here this inning?
That was number 69.
Okay.
You got 59. No.
Yeah, 30.
So a hit down right at first base and a favorable hop. And Isaac has the green light around third. He will score. And Brennan gets on with an error. You call that a hit, Kirby? He was right there.
Now batting number 14, Edwards.
Kirby says that's a hit. We'll go with Kirby. He's been in the MSHSL for a long time. But fielders in position, I would go error, but I know it did. So Owen Edwards now the batter. Still 2 outs. Knights ahead here, 5-1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Could have charged it too, Kirby. He waited on it. And Flotterud will try for second base on a curveball. Good throw by the catcher, but he is in standing. Or is that Kyle Broger? Kyle Broger with the steal.
Running for the catcher, Kyle Broger.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Broger on second. Knights putting together a string of hits here. And another one. So that's out to right center. Broger gets the green light around. He'll score easily. Edwards stops at first. And the Knights have a good hitting streak going with bringing up Kyle Vukolich with 2 outs. So Medford coach is on the way out to the mound to talk to Wagner. I don't know if he's going to be making a change here or not. I believe Wagner was at about 73, 75 pitches, somewhere in there. High school pitchers allowed to go 105. That's 15 an inning, according to retired coach Kirby. Pitch counts are critical in baseball. It looks like the umpire's making his way out. I think they're trying to plan for another stolen base here at second.
Softball update. In Medford, the Knights up 8-0. Now batting number 5, Kyle Vukolich.
Vukolich now the batter. Runner goes. Throw down, and it's a good throw, and gets away from the second baseman. It looks like it may have hit the base runner. So the Knights again have a runner in scoring position at second base with Vukolich up to bat. And Vukolich with the 2-out bunt pops it up to the catcher for out number 3. And the Knights are retired, but they put on 6 runs here in the bottom of the third. And we will be back. Okay, so once again, come on down to the park tomorrow for some good brats, popcorn, nachos, games, friendly banter. Good time at the park tomorrow. It's supposed to be very nice weather.
AJ Lindell and Brent Liniger will be bringing you the softball game.
AJ Lindell and Brent Liniger will be bringing you the softball game on the live stream if you can't make it down to the park.
The right fielder, Will Van Ren.
So number 9, Will Van Ren, is the batter. He grounded out to third his last at bat.
I wonder how a pitcher's going to do when they've been sitting for so long.
Counts now 1-1 with no outs. So that's a hit towards short. Ross fields it cleanly, gets it over to 1 for the out. And that will retire Van Ren for the inning.
Up next, the first baseman, number 13, Mason Krenz.
Brings up Mason Krenz. Krenz struck out his last at bat. Vuklic on a high foul and attempting to get to the dugout. He had to reach over the dugout fence. Nobody moved. So anyway, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Good hustle by Vuklic. That was a long ways for him to go. Ooh. And a ball 1. Must have been a little bit high. So 1-1, 1 out. Krenz gets a swinging strike 2. And a nice curveball by Edwards to retire Krenz. The Knights here with 2 outs. Jared Sheeler now up to bat. He's kind of a shorter guy, must be an underclassman. A called strike 1. And a good spot on the outside there, but not a strike. Tried to get him to chase. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sheeler. Edwards with 8 strikeouts on the day so far. And a grounder to Gunnar Kennedy. He fields it cleanly. Fires over to 1. Vuklic sticks the foot, and we retire Medford in the top of the 4th. We'll be back. All right, we are back.
Larry Grove, you need a little more popcorn?
Jared Sheeler now out on the bump for Medford. I wonder if Wegner is still in the game or if he is retired. Not sure who the substitution would be. I don't have a list of names for the substitutions to give you, but so the Knights ahead here, going into the bottom of the fourth, up 6-1. Put all 6 runs on in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. So stringing together hits to make things happen. We're going to start out with the top of the order here. Should be Reed Summer, Tanner Hedin, and Owen Craig. So Reed's been hitting well this year. Tanner. Owen's been doing better. Struggling with his hamstring still. All right, Reed Summer making his way to the plate. I don't know. I don't think I've seen Reed bunt yet this year. He's good for bunting as well, but he's had such a hot bat. I don't think I'd give him that. Third base is playing up. So ball over, buzzing the tower. 1 ball, no strikes. And Reed tries to turn on the inside pitch, hits a foul off maybe his foot. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reed Summer taking second place at state in wrestling this year. And that hits Reed in the elbow, so he'll take first base. So Tanner Hedin coming up.
Now batting, number 21, Tanner Hedin.
And Reed's good. See if he gets the green light. Reed, an excellent base runner. Tanner shows bunt and pulls back. So 1 ball, no strikes. Tanner pulls back a bunt sign here again. Reed underneath the tag. So 1 ball, 1 strike to count here. Reed at second. Reed did get thrown out at third on somewhat of a controversial call in the first. Tanner with a good line drive. Ooh, shortstop got it. And Reed called out again at third. Shortstop with a diving play comes up and throws over to 3, and they get the tag. And Reed not happy with that call.
Now batting, number 3, Owen Craig.
So I would call that a base hit for Tanner. There's no way he'd make that throw to first. There's no way he'd make that throw to first. The average shortstop's going to dive and make that play?
That's not a hit. That guy got out. It would have been a hit. Reed went to gone, more likely. But
So Owen Craig here gets hit by pitch. So 1 out. Tanner over at second. Owen at first. And it doesn't look like we have any runners coming out for Owen. So Gunnar Kennedy's hit the ball hard quite a bit this year. Seems to find someone's glove. And ball outside gets away from the catcher. Runners will advance. No, throw to 3. So Gunnar now with 2 runners in scoring position. We need to capitalize. Keep the pressure on. infield playing in. They're going to try to burn the run at home. And Gunner raises one. A deep fly might drop, and it does. Tanner Hedin is going to try to score. He will easily, but the catcher is able to hold the runner, Owen Craig, at second base. And that is the problem, folks, when you play with the infield in. Those little sleeper fly balls can drop. Brings up number 2, Jack Vierling.
Now batting, number 2, Jack Vierling.
So ball 1 to Vierling. And he turns and tries a big swing on an inside pitch.
Nice ball. 1-0 pitch. Let the hands eat, Griffin. Turn them loose.
Sheeler looking at the runner. And Jack hits a little dribbler out, and first base will catch it. Off the handle, which brings up number 9, Isaac Hedin. Isaac, I believe Isaac had a hit yesterday, which would have given him an 8-game hit streak.
I haven't heard one good one yet. Jackson's okay, but he, the way that song was
So that is ball outside.
mono, which means one speaker. That's why you can't hear the words.
So runners on first and second, 2 outs for Sheeler. And ball 1 on the inside corner. Or just off the inside corner, I should say. And a deep hit by Hedin, center field over, and hauls it in for out number 3. And the Knights gain another run, 7-1, going into the top of the 5th. We'll be back.
Thursday, home versus
All right, we are back.
Friday, home versus Chatfield.
So the Knights with another busy week ahead of them.
Leading off the
We
fifth
play
inning,
at Goodhue on Monday, at Triton on Tuesday,
number 1, Logan Mays.
and then we have USC and Chatfield at home Thursday and Friday. Logan Mace now up to bat. And a spinner in for a strike. Edwards buckles him. Mace with a strikeout and a base hit tonight. Tries it again. That one will stay a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball high.
Carnivals tonight.
And ball 3 under the glove of Flatterud.
Yeah. Probably hotter than hell. Heck in that gym.
Ooh, and that's a called strike on the outside corner. Edwards battles back, so we got a 3-2 count. Nobody out.
This kid's fast. Got to keep him off the bases.
And that's a strike 3 on the outside corner. So Logan Mace goes down.
Seiler.
Brings up Landon Seiler.
That's a big out.
Larry Vandy Walker's hot dogs do smell very good right now. Still got time to walk down to the park to get one.
JV's playing after this.
And JV's playing after this, that's right. Ooh, almost a hit batter there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Sounded like it hit him first.
I don't know how that didn't hit him.
Just take it right in the meaty part of your leg.
And ball low. 2 balls and a strike.
After this inning. Anyone want to give me a popcorn?
And ball high. So 3 balls and a strike. So Griffin Backen's up here keeping track of pitch counts, running the computer systems, and running to get popcorn for Kirby. And ball 4. A man of many
That
talents.
brings up the left fielder, August Zacharias.
So August Zacharias now batting. He's the number 3 batter out in left field. And see if the runner will go here. Edwards checks him.
Who's pitching tonight?
And runner does not go. And a high fly. Tanner Hedin calling off Ross Aldorfer. And Tanner will try to get him at first, but love the aggressiveness. So that is out number 2.
James Wegner.
The starting pitcher, James Wegner, is now at the plate. I'm not sure if he's got to be out in the field somewhere. Edwards checking his runner at first. And he goes over to 1.
6-run lead. Let's go. 2 outs.
And the runner goes. Flatterud up with the throw. Veerling has to jump.
Always says safe. Was a strike. So you know how to
So
set
no
this
balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
up? You know how to set this up for him? So this just gets plugged into the USB. And you plug in the headphones.
And another high pop up. I believe Reed Summers calling everybody off of that one. And Reed hauls it in for out number 3.
No runs on no hits.
So no runs, no hits.
Coming up for KW.
We will be back in a minute.
Vukovic.
All right, we are back. So we'll have Brennan Flatterud, number 7, the catcher, leading us off this inning, the lefty. Going against number 5, Jared Sheeler, still on the mound for Medford. Ball high and outside to Flatterud. And Flatterud hits one in the air. Third base calls everybody off. He's under it and makes the grab. Brings up Owen Edwards.
Now batting, number 14, Owen Edwards.
So nobody on here. Bottom of 5, that's an inside pitch to Edwards. And a called first strike. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike here to Edwards. And Edwards tries to turn on one here and hits it over the third base dugout. Medford coach showing off his skills.
That's an error on the coach.
Edwards gets a piece of it to stay alive here. Ball, 2 strikes and 1 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Edwards hits a slow roller, and it stays foul. Foul down the third base line. The old swinging bunt.
Your mom still alive? I don't know if I've done her better.
Yeah, my parents should be here tomorrow.
Did you give her anything for Mother's Day?
Not yet. A reminder to all the dads out there, it is Mother's Day this weekend.
Greenhouse is open.
And a good hit through the infield for Edwards. He rounds first base. So we've got 2 outs. Kyle Vukolich headed to the plate.
Smells like raspberry.
1 out.
Sorry, 1 out.
Now batting, number 5, Kyle Vukolich.
Terrible walk-up song. Good song, but terrible.
And a move by Sheeler. Edwards safe back at first.
Pitcher out. Get a runner.
Now Vukolich will bunt it again. Right back to the pitcher. Over to 1. But he does advance the runner. Reed Summer now batting with a runner in scoring position at second base. 2 outs. Knights ahead, 7-1.
Now batting, number 1, Reed Summer.
Reed going back to the 80s with his walk-up song, Belinda Carlisle. Ooh, and a rip down the line. Foul ball. Got a little ahead of that one. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. And Reed goes out to center field. And center field hauls it in for the catch.
No runs on 1 hit. 1 left down
So,
for KW.
1 hit and no runs. Heading
That's Lamone Van Ryn coming in.
Top of the 6th, we'll be back. Got Jacobson out and right.
Entering the game in right field for KW, Brian Jacobson.
How many pitches does Edwards have? All right, folks, we are back. Brian Jacobson coming into right field for Isaac Kadeen. Owen Edwards at an 81 pitch count here. As we said before, he can go to 105. He might get a complete game out of this yet.
Leading off the inning for the Tigers, Kyle Vatsis.
So Kyle Vetsis, the catcher, now batting. Kyle's got he's got a base hit, and he did reach on a drop third strike. So it is a called first strike here, so 0-1, the count. Ooh, must have been just a little low. So 1-1. And a grounder up the middle, cleaned by Ross, and over to first for the out. Great stretch by Vukovic. Good movement by Ross to get to that ball, and good throw. So the Knights retire Vetsis.
Justin Lamone.
That brings up number 7, Justin Lamone, third baseman.
Ross got rid of that nice and quick, too.
And we got a swinging first strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And a beautiful curveball by Edwards. Had Lamone backing out of the box, and it sunk right in for a strike. 0-2 the count. That's filthy, as they say, Kirby. He tries it again, misses the outside corner for ball 1, but good pitch. That was a good pitch.
Good idea.
Tried to get him to reach. And a deep fly ball. Tanner Hedin hustling back. Looks like he's camping under it. And Tanner hauls it in for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 9, Will Van Ryn.
I think the runner thought he had a double on that one. This brings up the right fielder, Justin Lamone. Sorry, there's this Van Ryn. Who is this? Will Van Ryn, right fielder.
Ain't bad with the sun down in the clouds.
And that's a ground ball over towards short. And a little bobble by the shortstop there. So Van Ryn will reach on an error.
The first baseman, number 13, Mason Krenz.
So 13 Krenz is up. He has had 2 strikeouts on the night. does not go. Looks like a high fastball from Owen Edwards. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs.
I wonder if that was called. High fastball, see if he's running.
And Flatterud digging that one out of the dirt. So we've gone from high to low. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on first looks antsy. He does not go. Counts now 3-0. Knights with 2 outs. Let's see if the batter has the take sign here. And ball 4. So that's a walk on 4 straight balls. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Coach Craig coming out to talk to his pitcher. Seeing if he can finish the inning, seeing if he's feeling all right. So quick mound visit. Coach Craig showing off his field manners and thanking the umpire for the timeout. And low one outside.
Anybody warming up? Yeah, somebody is. Who is it?
That's Medford's pitcher in the bullpen. And a strike right down the pipe. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Knights ahead 7-1. And a called strike 2. So Sheeler down now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Knights can touch any base in the infield other than home. And a beautiful strike 3 curveball to end the inning. No runs, no hits for the Tigers. Knights ahead 7-1. We'll be right back. Sherry's out there. You just told her what you got her. All right, we are back. So the Knights will be the number 2 batter, Tanner Hedin. Owen Craig. And Gunnar Kennedy will lead us off here in the 6th. Girls softball won 15-5. You need anything out of it? 7-6. Ooh. Tanner crushes a grounder down the third base line but stays foul.
We've been flirting with that line.
Yeah, that's like the 3rd or 4th hit the Knights have had right on the line. All have gone foul.
Next one's hitting the base.
So 1 ball, 1 strike the count now.
My daughter's gonna be pissed.
Ball high.
I like to be present. You can get dressed.
Ooh. Inside. So 3 balls, 1 strike in the bottom of the 6th for Tanner Hedin. And he takes ball 4. That brings up number 3, Owen Craig.
Now batting, number 3, Owen Craig.
So Tanner Hedin getting his lead off at first, and he will go. And it will get by the catcher. Tanner will round second and stay there. Nobody out. Runner on second. And they try to pick him. Tanner gets back to the base safely. Owen Craig, the batter. And ball on the outside corner,
You were watching the
or off the outside corner.
tonight's broadcast on Inside the Layers YouTube channel. Go ahead and check out this week's Inside the Layer.
Yes, you should check out Inside the Layer, the prom edition. I believe Kirby put it out yesterday, Thursday the 8th.
Did you watch it?
I watched part of it. I didn't get to watch the whole thing yet.
Did you work today?
Yeah. So Owen Craig takes ball 4. So runners on first and second, brings up Gunnar Kennedy.
Now batting,
Be great for Gunnar to find one here. Gunnar certainly capable of hitting home runs here. And Tanner's trying to steal third, and he will stop and go back. And Owen Craig will advance to second. Third baseman jumped for the ball. They're not sure why Tanner didn't slide, but so Owen Craig now with a big lead out at second. Pitch to Kennedy is low, so 2 balls, no strikes. Oh, sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike. And Owen's going to try for third, and he slides in safely.
Hamstring must be okay.
Got a pants full of dirt. So Gunnar Kennedy now, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on third.
Ball in play, gets running.
And Gunnar stands his ground in the box on an inside pitch. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Third baseman is not holding Owen Craig at all to the base. Owen coming in with a sizable lead. And Gunnar takes ball 4. Owen Craig was thinking about stealing home there as the pitcher was not paying attention to him. Catcher giving signs as the play call. We have runners on the corners. Jack Veerling the batter. So 1 out. Owen Craig on third. Wheels Kennedy on first. And ball 1 on the inside. Retired Coach Kirby would call it delayed steal here. And ball low. So Sheeler's struggling a little here. Bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, they've had a lot of games this week.
2 balls, no strikes, 1 out.
Pitching depth is getting tested.
Ball high. So a 3-0 count to Veerling. Looks like he gets the take sign.
Got a pinch hitter coming up, Brian Jacobson.
Well, Brian's batting for Isaac. So a called strike, 3 balls, 1 strike. He'll have the green light to swing here. Kennedy steals. Veerling fouls it off behind. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Still got to be a perfect pitch here. Veerling crushes one down the line, and guess what, folks? It's foul. Mark it on your calendar. Kirby was wrong. He predicted that the next foul ball down the third base line would hit the base, and it did not. No genes of Nostradamus for Kirby Vandewalker. Gunnar Kennedy steals second. Veerling lifts one foul again, getting a piece to stay alive. Still a 3-2 count with 1 out.
Needs a ball.
And another one down the third base line between the third baseman's legs. So Veerling will get to first and reach on the error. Which brings up Brian Jacobson. I think Brian's had maybe 3 or 4 here varsity at bats. Looks like maybe we're going to have a pitcher change. And we'll see what's going on. And the legend, Griffin Bakken, has to go get dressed for his game.
You can do it.
Do what? I'm getting instructions now.
You can just talk your way through it.
All right. I don't know what I'm doing here, folks, so Kirby's going to coach me as I'm
Here's runs for
commentating.
Runs for the home team. 7 will be the 7th inning.
So runs
Yeah, runs for the guest.
runs home. Okay.
Add, subtract. Add, subtract.
Gotcha.
Pitch. 7.
All right. So
Justin Malone now pitching.
Justin Lamone now the pitcher. I got to move some of my paperwork here. So softball 1-15-5.
Now batting, number 24, Brian Jacobson.
Sure, Medford's in the same position we are with a lot of games this week and probably getting low on pitchers. KW's got a lot of
Say final from Medford.
A lot of good
15,
pitchers.
Medford 5 in the softball game.
and score right now. Baseball game is 8-1. Knights ahead. We are in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out. Runners on first and second. And Brian Jacobson will make his way to the batter's box. Brian Jacobson with a few hits this year. And ball high. Justin Lamone has a little bit more velocity on his pitches than the first two pitchers. And ball on the outside. So we've got a 2-0 count here for Brian. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Lamone checking runners. And a strike down the pipe. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kirby says there's a storm moving in. I got all my seed in finally, so I'm ready for that.
Grass by graduation.
Yeah, grass seed for clarity. Gunnar Kennedy will try for third base, and he is in safe. It was a drop ball by the third baseman there. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on second and third. Infield playing in. They're going to try to cut the runners down. This is where those nice little chip shots come into play. And Jacobson takes a swing for strike 2.
And if you're veerling on that, you love that because you get an easy stolen base yourself.
Yeah. Veerling going halfway. Jacobson with a little chipper there, but first base will come in to get it. He's got it. Runners return to their bases, so 2 outs. And Brennan Flotterud will be the batter.
Number 7, Brennan Flotterud.
So runners in scoring position. Brennan kind of had a tough night last night, some base running errors, so he's going to try to make up for that with this at-bat, is my guess.
Hey, if you push 8
Ball on the outside.
numbers, nope. The number pad. Number pad. Push 8. Now you got 2 outs on there.
Gotcha. So that is a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's a high ball. Kennedy will come home and score easily. Which one of these, Kirby?
What's up, Dad? Hi. How you doing?
Wanted to see the setup. Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Did you get it?
I don't think so.
Push this one right here.
Got it?
You home for good?
Yeah, I am. So you're up here now?
What do you mean? Doing this?
So we've got 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Brennan Flotterud.
You get home today?
Yeah. Well, no, yesterday.
Yesterday? So you're working?
Yeah. Not really sure where yet.
Veerling on third.
Okay, well, it's good to see you. I was,
And strike
raised this week.
2. Foul tip caught by the catcher.
Yeah, she told me.
So we've got a full count here with 2 outs.
I'm
We gotta,
also
we
down
gotta make
for
up from last year. We gotta do 2 this summer.
We do. I agree with that.
And Lamone throws a high pitch to Flotterud, drawing the walk, which is going to bring up Noah Wallaker.
Now batting, number 4, Noah Wallaker.
So we've got runners on the corners with 2 outs, Noah Wallaker.
They're 2 and 9.
Okay.
And we've got Coach Craig calling in the substitution here.
He has pitched probably 5-6 times.
We've got our retired broadcast specialist, Bailey Linegar, up in the box with us here, coming home from college. We'll see if Flatterud gets the green light here with 2 outs. And he does. He goes. There is a throw down. It looks like a short. And Veerling will try to score from third, and they won't attempt to get him. So it was a missed opportunity. I think the shortstop was.
Hit S. Hit S. It's covered up. Number pad right by A.
Did I get it? Right one? I got to go to my home row here, Kirby. I'm getting picked on here by a member of the KW staff for my computer skills. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Noah Wallaker. And Noah hits another one down the third baseline, and guess what, Kirby? Foul ball.
Force yourself to hit it to right field, and then you'll be on time.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brennan Flatterud out at second base. Not out at second base, but on second base. A deep hit should score him here. And another one, and Coach Craig with the error. In foul territory.
Where's my sound effect? Doink.
Noah digging in. And Noah reaches, sends one out to deep left, center field over, and it's dropping. Flatterud will score from second. And Noah Wallaker with a good base hit. S. So that will be a 10-run win for the Knights.
Knights end up winning in 6 innings, 11-1, improving the record to 3-9. Medford.
So once again, if you're around tomorrow, swing down to the park here.
KW will be back in action.
Be 3 softball games, 3 baseball games, great food, and great conversations. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.